Cinema Sounds and Secrets Tributes, remembering the greats.
Ray Liotta, the great Ray
Oh,
Liotta.
I mean, the eyes of steel, Ray Liotta. You know?
Oof.
Yeah.
No, it's just mesmerizing.
Did
actor.
he? You know what? I'm looking forward to hearing where he came from, because for me, I noticed him in Goodfellas. That was my first,
Right.
Who is this person? So that was kind of me coming into modern cinema. So, I'm looking forward to listening to what's coming on.
Oh, yeah, because I do remember seeing his first film role and breakout role. It was like, wow. So I will tell you that in just a second. But Ray Liotta is from Newark, New Jersey.
Really? Just across from New York?
1954, December. And he was abandoned by his biological parents right after birth and was adopted 6 months later by a couple in Newark, Alfred and Mary Liotta.
Okay.
And he had an adopted sister, and they moved to Union, New Jersey. And their parents, I guess they were kind of odd. They were always running for political offices and public offices, but they would never get elected. So it just seemed like very kind of normal-ish upbringing.
Okay.
But I think he was very haunted by his adoption. But he went and got a Bachelor in Fine Arts from the University of Miami and majored in drama. And he moved to New York, and he got small roles in commercials, and he got an agent, and, was just working it, kind of a working New York actor. And one day there was this director named Jonathan Demme, and he was going to be making a movie. And Liotta was in class with Steve Bauer. Remember Steve Bauer, who was married to Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
And she was going to be making this movie, and Stephen Bauer is just, hey, Jonathan Demme is doing this movie, and Melanie's going to play in the lead. It's called Something's Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me have the Rustler's Rhapsody.
Rustler's
Just coffee for me. Darlene?
in a flash.
You don't mind, do you, Ray?
Charlie, you gotta be out of your mind. You don't know what you're doing.
Charlie! You are one dumb son of a bitch. I'm almost starting to like you, Charlie.
Here you go.
Thanks, Darlene. I want Lulu. Is that your name this week? Lulu?
Yes.
Charlie, she's not gonna be too happy driving around in a station wagon the rest of her life. You better think about that. You better ask yourself if you really want her. I really want her.
Great.
Charlie, you gotta fight for a woman like this.
I don't have to fight you, Ray. I'm gonna take Lulu. We're gonna waltz right out of here, and there's not a damn thing you can do.
Oh, Charlie, you are something. You are something.
Yeah, we've talked about this one.
Yes.
We have. And I don't think it was one that was it one that I saw? I can't remember. Yeah, I mean, it's the one where he takes her on a road trip.
She goes on road trip with Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels, okay.
And he's
I'm the right
old
movie.
boyfriend.
Yes, the role
yes,
play. Okay,
and he's
okay.
the old boyfriend.
Got you.
And he is so scary as Ray.
Right.
So he's so scary in it, and he's unforgettable
Right.
in the movie when he shows up and he just does crazy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. And then it was groundbreaking. It was a breakthrough role for him. And so he went from, kind of schlubbing along New York actor to, hey, how would you like to be in a movie by Phil Alden Robinson called Field of Dreams?
Now that's my first Field of Dreams.
It was a game. The sounds, the smells. Did you ever hold a ball or a glove to your face?
Yeah.
I used to love traveling on the trains from town to town. the hotels. Brass spittoons in the lobbies, brass beds in the rooms. And it was the crowd, rising to their feet when the ball was hit deep. Shoot. I'd have played for nothing.
I saw that.
I know.
Look, chill bumps.
I know, me too.
I got literally chill bumps, and it's not because it's cold.
I took my
love that
grandparents. We went to a matinee. It was the first or second day it was out. We're sitting there because my grandfather loved baseball. I loved baseball, and my grandfather was from Chicago, and we're sitting there crying.
I mean, Shoeless Joe.
Beautiful film.
It's a beautiful film, and you know, James Earl Jones, genius in that film, and it's also. I think it's one of Kevin Costner's great roles where he just sat in it. And
I think it is too.
Yeah.
That and maybe Bull Durham, another baseball movie.
Baseball.
Those are like his.
Well, listen, he is just the sports movie.
Yeah.
Tin Cup was also his, but
Dances with Wolves was his one more.
My Dances with Wolves is incredible. But anyway, we're getting off Ray Liotta.
Yes, we are.
But Ray Liotta in that was genius.
It's such a beautiful film.
Yeah.
As Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Joe.
And he did his own batting practice and he was very, very good baseball player.
Yeah.
And then of course the uber breakthrough role was Goodfellas.
What happened? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Well, now who did what?
This guy who lives across the street from me that I've known all my life. Look, he started to touch me. He started to grab me. I told him to stop. He didn't stop. I hit him back. And then he got really angry. He pushed me out of the car.
You sure you're all right? Huh? Why don't you go inside and get yourself together? Clean up.
What do you want, f***o? You want something? Huh?
Oh, hey! What are you doing?
I swear my mother, if you touch her again, you're dead!
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to break into the movie, because that was his first major, I think, wasn't it? Goodfellas, and
Big role, yeah.
I mean,
lead
in
role,
that
yes.
opening shot, that iconic opening shot of Goodfellas,
right.
the steady cam all the way through the
nightclub
with Ray Liotta. I mean, the introduction of this man into the kind of gangster genre was unbelievable.
It really changed the idea of what a gangster movie
100%. And he did. He changed it.
Yes, he did.
Like what a gangster was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Because, Henry Hill turned rat.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah.
And
so good.
he prepared by listening to Hill's interviews with the police over and over and over and over. And he said he would sit in his mother's car, stick the cassette in, and just... But it's such a great movie about the young man who grows up in the mob and rises through the ranks, and then just drug addiction and some mistakes just blow him out, like does everyone. And that's De Niro and Joe Pesci, and they all had such great chemistry.
It's brilliant. Brilliant.
And some of his other films were John Q, Blow.
Yeah, Blow.
Operation Dumbo Drop.
Right, yes.
And then Hannibal and Wild Hogs, and then he was in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
That's right.
But he never had a role quite like Goodfellas again. It was really interesting that... and he played shady cops. He did Unlawful Entry, Copland, which was
Copland,
really good,
yes,
good.
Copland.
Narc.
Yeah.
And then he was in... he did a number of television series.
Yeah, exactly. He did quite a few television series.
Yeah. He, well, I know he won an Emmy for doing a role on ER. Mm-hmm. And he was making The Mob and the Many Saints, Saints of Newark. Then now I think that was one of his last roles because that was the Sopranos prequel.
That's right.
And he was just, he's just a great actor. And I just was anytime I heard he was in something, you're like, oh, he's great.
He's going to be good in it.
Yeah.
He was very committed actor, and he just never phones. You see people that phone things in. He never phoned anything.
Yeah, and he's in the Blackbird, that series now with Taron Egerton. He was in that, and that was, I think that he was last shooting, and he was working on a film called Cocaine Bear, which is an American thriller. Yeah, and it's only Ray Liotta could be in a movie about a 175-pound black bear that eats a duffel bag full of cocaine. Yeah, and what happens? And then chaos ensues, as we like to say. But he was just a superb, wonderful, great, amazing actor. He was working. He died in his sleep. Yeah. Well, working on a film called Dangerous Waters. Right. So, he just, to see him in the iconic films of Something's Wild, Field of Dreams, and Goodfellas, you just...
Thank you. That's all you can say is thank you, In the words of the immortal great Bob Hope, thanks for the memories.
Find more details and links about the career of today's memorable and just those eyes.
Yeah, those eyes. They had no eyes like him.
The memorable artist Ray Liotta, who gave us the amazing, wonderful, scary, superb performances on our website, cinemasoundsandsecrets.com. I'm Janet Doolin-Jones.
I'm John Schwab, and we will see you again very soon at the movies.